Pula. Pula everybody.
Bula everybody. And Bula.
Naka.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Come on.
Welcome back.
to On the Mat. It's been a month.
A month.
Welcome back.
Nada.
So, welcome back to the veranda in Fiji, guys. My name is Jonathan, and we do this thing called On the Mat twice a week. So we usually do it on Mondays and Fridays, but me, my wife, and my two sons moved from Canada in the year 2020, actually a week before COVID. And we moved to Fiji because it's where my father's from. This is my village, where my dad is from, and my mom is Canadian. And so I grew up coming here every couple of years. And as I got older into my late teens, I started to see like there was something that we could really do here. And actually, a large part of this was actually inspired by my cousin brother, Eliki, who my eldest son is named after. So he was big into farming, and we always talked about doing something together. And with that in the back of my mind, I had always thought about doing something in Fiji. So we decided to come to Fiji to originally do a lot of agriculture stuff and work the land and create jobs. And so that has now gone and kind of morphed or changed into something where we realize we can't have where we can't have all of our eggs in one basket. And so now we've opened a few different businesses, which is not recommended for people who are just starting out doing business. It's better to focus on a niche and specialize in something. But because there's not the population in Fiji, we've had to diversify a little bit, closer to the beginning of the journey than we would have wanted. But here we are, and we decided to grow our businesses through the use of social media because we believe that content is king, and that every business should be a social media business. Yes. What? That's for us. Okay, fine, take it. Oh, but actually, go talk to Mom first, and you're supposed to bring something from my room. That's my youngest son, 7 I am. So, go see Mom. Go see Mom. Is this thing able to spin?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that is a journey. I know that a lot of you guys who are watching this will know that already, but I just want to tell you like why we do this. Why do we come on here? Well, it's because like we want to put Fiji on the map. I know that a lot of people are already doing that through athletics, through rugby and stuff like that. And this is our way of telling people like, hey, there's life in Fiji. And for those of you who have left Fiji or those of you who are, would want to one day come back, there's that option too. But before we do that, we wanted to give somebody a gift. So this is for the captain of the team.
Yeah, Captain.
Can you give it to
Kapitan.
him? There you go.
Mother.
Now everybody can come and ask Roy for his
For his boot.
boots.
Yeah.
You're really a 9.5, eh?
Yeah.
Really? It seems pretty small, man.
Talent is 9.5.
You think they'll fit? It looks small.
Find a way to make it fit.
Just cut a little bit on the
Huh?
side.
Yeah, you can have it, yeah.
Cut on the back, eh?
So Roy is the captain of our newly formed... Oh, this is cool, eh? Village rugby team.
Yeah.
So they have... There's been some growing pains in the beginning, but we're trying to... as it is with any new thing. And so, because the Mara 7s happened last week, 2 weeks ago, yeah. So there's it interrupts some of the play and some of the scheduling. So
That's a good.
he's got the ankle locks in the back, huh?
Oh,
You
yeah.
see that?
Yeah.
No, so you see the padding there?
Yeah.
So it'll like lock your ankle.
Mare.
Fast.
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 Yo.
These are cool. I like these ones. But you kind of, when it comes to rugby boots, you kind of want something that is, unless you can have two boots, like one for hard ground, one for soft ground, you kind of want something that is, because if you have, it's about to get warm, right?
Yeah.
And the ground's about to get dry. So you can have like I have two pairs. One is with the big studs, which is good for scrummaging, and then one with these kind of studs. But if you only have the metal studs, when the ground is hard, it's like hopeless to try to get grip. It's much better to have like this kind. It's like a hybrid or something. Those are like the Prius of no, actually they're not. Nothing is the Prius of rugby.
Tal sabi ko,
Jangan.
big one to you, big one to you.
Big one to him.
Big one to you. Yo, one for captain. Big one.
Big one dia orang ambil.
No.
No. Kikisar tu kan yang kolong.
Eh?
What? Rungko ko tal mikin da. Kulis tal.
Nonton kilo kau.
Oi. Cuma.
Ratsuku na tu mo. Reba ratsuku na.
So, for those of you who might not know, On the Mat is just a time where we hang out and we get to spend time with you guys live. And I know that it'll take some time to get the viewership back again because we've not done it over the last month. But the whole purpose is that it's something different than just posting and commenting and blah, blah, blah. We can actually interact. And so this is us hanging out and kind of going through some headlines, going through what's happened in our lives over the last, month, I guess, this time. But yeah, we just like to spend time with you guys. So this, we'll spin the camera. This is Kuroy. This is Tui, our content manager. And right in the back, we have the main man himself.
The silent killer.
Sunaya. And that is my cousin brother. And so Kuroy and him work on the farm. And Tui also works on the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works everywhere.
Yeah, so how's it been?
It's been
How's your 1 month
very, very
trip back to
good.
Canada?
And bring that quad bike.
Oh yeah, did you see that video?
Yeah.
Man, they're fun. So when I was in Canada, obviously lots of farms there are very well equipped, and so my brother-in-law there, he has a very nice. Is it a 1000? Yeah, I think it's a 1000 cc
Nice color.
Can-Am. Yeah, the brown and black. Yeah, and it's an XMR, so it means that the intakes usually on motorbikes and the quads, the air intake is under the seat, but the XMR is like the off-road ready version, so you can swamp it, so you can put water right over the seat because you'll see in front of the handlebars, the intake's actually like right in front of the handlebars. So you can have water up to your, I guess you can submerge it up to your handlebars, it'll keep running. So, and that's from factory.
Oh.
So, yeah, very, very fun. Super fun. So we just spent the last month in Canada. We have a business still in Kelowna, British Columbia. And so our general manager who manages that business, it's an organic residential, we do some commercial cleaning company. And so our general manager there recently had a baby. So obviously congratulations to her, but that means that she goes on an 18-month maternity leave. So in Canada, you get 18 months, so a year and a half of mat leave. And so that means that a lot of the responsibility is falling back to Stephanie temporarily and to try to, rearrange some of our employees so that we can obviously make sure that business keeps running. And so, yeah, so Stephanie actually left like January 15th or something, right after New Year's. And then I left just a month ago. And so we just all came back together today. We actually got back into the country 2 days ago, but we just took 2 days to catch our breath in Sabsabu. And so actually at a beautiful place. So for those of you guys who don't know, I'll just shout them out here. It belongs to, I think it's the state, the people that we went to stay, they graciously opened their place up is Solote and Mervyn. Solote Taylor, so she is the daughter of Jeff Taylor, so who was, rest in peace, he just passed away. He was co-owner of the Copper Shed with Mr. Phillips. Which Phillips? Tony? Yeah. And so, so we went and stayed in their place at the Wina Estate. And so for those of you who might be looking for a place to stay in Sabu, they just recently opened up 2 bures on Airbnb. So this is just, the Wina Estate is like, I don't know, it's probably 20 or 30 acres right on the ocean, like 10, 15 minutes outside of Sabu. And like, despite what people might think, Fiji is not a place full of white sand beaches. There is a lot of white sand beaches, but most of our coastline is rocky or like coral, or like, it's not like you just see on all the postcards. But that beach at Wina, just outside of Sabsabu, is like a postcard. And so it's just been a family estate where, those families there, they've been in probably like third or fourth generation that this land has been in their family, and just now they've opened it up to allow other people to come and stay on their family estate. So you can now rent, I think they have one studio in Burre, which means like kitchen, bed, living room, everything is like, it's just one big open room. And then the bathroom is outside, and then they have another Burre, which is one bedroom separated off from other stuff. So that was really cool. So I'm going to make a little video to kind of shout them out later. You guys will see that on social media, but it's always cool, like, to promote the small guys instead of like the big hotels and stuff and like the big chains sometimes. And so, I know it just feels special when you get to stay where somebody, like, there's a lot of memories that the families have made there over the years and lots of history in that estate. And so it's just really neat and special to be able to stay there. So that's where we were for the last couple days. And yeah, going to Canada is always interesting for us because it's a mix of business and trying to catch up with as many people as we can. And so I didn't really realize it because I enjoy it so much, like catching up with old friends and taking care of whatever we need to do. But when I get back, I'm like totally like gassed out. Yeah, just really gassed out. And so that was nice to take just a couple, like I showed you yesterday, I slept until 9 a.m. and then I went back to bed at like 11 and slept for like a couple hours again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good try.
And so,
Good,
but also jet lag, eh? So
getting back to the normal Fiji time.
yeah. So like, yeah, the boys get tired early, but then they're up early right now. And so, because Canada's like 5 hours ahead. 5 hours ahead, 1 day behind. So whatever it is.
Mosi dengan
So, yeah, we got to hang out with Dawn a bunch. Because when we go back, we stay with Dawn. So
how's that the car we was working on?
Oh, the Camaro?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's got a couple things. What did we manage to fix? Yeah, we had to make some, because the car is lowered, when you hit bumps, the wheels will go up and they touch the
Top.
fender. So we had to hammer out the fender liners just to make some more clearance. And then we did some electrical diagnosis, fixed a couple things. There's a couple more things to fix though on the car. But yeah, pretty sick. That's like my favorite vehicle of all time. 1967 Chevrolet Camaro.
But you're driving it around in Canada.
Yeah, so he's going to take it to a shop tomorrow because electrical is not really his forte. So I tried to get as much done as I could while I was there, but we just ran out of time. And so Stephanie's parents actually have their 40th anniversary in June, so we have to go back for that. And so Dawn, maybe I should well, the intention was for you to come with us, but we'll see if we can still make that work. But the intention, it would be a cool story. Don's dad. So Don himself is in his mid to late 60s. His dad is still alive. His dad is 99 years old. Whoa. And so his dad has always told him, before I die, you have to take me for a ride in your car. And so like this summer is the summer that like they're probably like one of the last chances that he'll have. And so he wants me to come with him. Because we've also always talked about this as I've worked with Don on his car over the years. And it's about 18, 20 hour drive. And so we'll probably split it into a couple days and take the scenic route, obviously. And get to Winnipeg where his dad lives. And then his dad can't even walk, so we'll have to like carry him into the car somehow. But we're going to make sure his dad gets that ride in the car.
Why?
So
that'd be a cool story to film.
Yes, that'd be a sweet vlog, eh?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. What are you wearing?
Can you still...
My fan thing that I got for my birthday.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Does it work?
It's the best thing ever.
Oh my, what a waste
I
of
found
time.
it. I was like, yes, I charged these.
Okay, but I should show you guys.
Like, can he communicate? Does he still communicate?
Oh yeah, no, he's super sharp. Very,
Oh.
very sharp.
Huh.
Like the wind is going back now.
It's on the lowest setting. You can go for 6 hours on this setting.
Can you feel it? Does it feel good? Really?
It goes like around the.
It's a fan.
It's cool.
Okay, that's pretty nice actually. You can go for 6 hours.
If you put on number 1, the lowest
What's this?
setting, that's the lowest setting.
Yeah, but low, that's enough.
Yeah.
What if you put it like around here?
Yeah. Nanangil ako raw, bro. Mau
My neck
ngatara ako, bro. Mau.
So,
That's pretty nice.
Kandro, go feeding.
Go to the farm.
Kakser ka.
My birthday gift for myself.
Uy.
Wow, we do this. So here's this was I think the first drive that me and Don took in the car. So that was going to the skate park. Where is it? Yeah.
what
So just a very simple, clean looking car.
the heck?
Huh?
Corresponding.
Corresponding.
Kalastara.
Okay.
Namo to ka.
That was his dad's. His dad.
No, this was Don's first car.
Oh, Don's
Yeah,
first car.
yeah.
Okay.
And so he's kept it all these years.
Boy,
And
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
so,
Ano may?
yeah.
Okay.
Put your mic up there.
Corresponding kind.
And this, so remember I posted that picture of the guy named Rob Druitt, just like yesterday?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, Rob, cool guy that I just, actually we were in Suva several months ago, for meetings. I was standing in the lobby of the Holiday Inn. Sounds like a song of some sort.
No, yeah.
Standing in the Holiday Inn. Isn't there a show like that?
Sister John Licker.
Oh. What is this? Oh.
On your start.
And this guy walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, like I recognize you. Are you the guy like who does like social media stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, probably." And then I found out that Rob, he used to live. He's part Samoan, part Fijian, and just a wild story. Grew up in Levuka. He spent a lot of time in Suva. Got involved in like some gangs that like used to be like, I don't know if they're real gangs, but like I don't know, like Raiwai, some sort of something like that. Yeah. Then his dad was like, "Okay, we're not doing this anymore," and moved them overseas. And now Rob and his twin brother Bill are part owners of Western Gas Co., which is they supply like welding gas, so like argon, nitrogen, oxygen. So like in the hospital where you put on oxygen, there's a company that has to fill the tanks, right? To like, and so they have a company that supplies all that.
Oh.
So they just built a multi-million-dollar plant like in Burnaby or in
That's
Abbotsford. And so they all the signatures of the guys on there.
On the.
A Sevens team.
Yeah.
And so, so we spent the day. He showed me his shop in Kelowna. So they got the main plant in Abbotsford, then they've got Kelowna, Kamloops, Burnaby, and Williams Lake, I think. So they got like 4 big locations, a bunch of semi trucks. So it was cool to meet a Fijian that like I didn't know about,
Yeah.
who was like just killing it. Like
Killing it over
he's
there, eh?
very, very well off. Like and do like not just saying he's a rich guy. Like he's just done very, very well. And very personable, just super cool. But anyways, the reason I was talking about him was because he just finished his build, which is a Diamond T.
A vehicle?
Yeah, so here's his.
Hello!
Put your mic there. Not too close, I guess, but yeah. So it's a diesel. It's on air ride. So look at it. Look at the suspension.
Oh, it goes up.
Yeah.
you should take a picture.
Listen to it.
Whoa. It's like double.
Yeah. Cool, eh?
May low ba yaman kala ko tumanangun sala. Good for this road.
So
yeah?
it was just the weather wasn't good, but he said when we go back in June, then we'll go for a drive.
Oh, in that car.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So that is like an old, like
was that?
early, like is it a 1940s or something? Diamond T.
Yeah, it looks that. You
Yeah.
know, like back in the days.
Oh, sorry, no. It's a 57. I think it's a 1957 Diamond T.
57.
Yeah. So he had a regular Dodge 2500 that he took the cab off and then chopped it and then put this cab on. Anyways, cool cars. I'm a car nerd, so.
So you have to resell that. That'll be.
Well, I think he's just looking at it. It's a multiple six-figure build, like for sure. Yeah.
So it is like a collector's car.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not collector, and at least in overseas, when you say collector means like original, like
So it's not
old
original.
but original. So like Don's is not a collector. His is not. It's like a maybe it's more of like a. It's a modified collector, I guess. Yeah. Photocopy. So, yeah, what's been going on in Fiji? That's kind of what's been up with us. I mean,
Well, in Fiji right now.
give the mic.
All of Fiji's morning.
What?
Oh, you know Michael Lirundo, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away
Oh, really?
last Saturday.
No,
So he's gonna, the funeral is tomorrow.
really?
He got heart attack or something. Like we was driving,
Whoa,
coming back from Nusur.
whoa,
And they just found his vehicle off the road one day.
really?
So when they came, tried to pull him out, like he was already,
Passed away.
yeah. There's
Wow.
no damage to his car, so like the windows.
Okay. Death of the heart.
Yeah. I think the heart
Heartbroken.
stopped.
Yeah, like you remember?
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever listen? Yeah, radio.
Yeah,
right?
radio.
Dad, eh?
VTFM.
1996.
VTFM.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up, just listening to him.
I was telling him all the
You
90s
listen
born.
to the song.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe I guess people not born in
Apa nasi
like
kah?
in the late 90s won't
Wicked.
remember.
Then I
Oi,
read that
oi.
song, like this song, from Doki Doki. He sang.
How does it go?
You would know.
Yeah, I probably know it. It sounds familiar when you sing it, actually, but I just can't
Like
pick it up.
yesterday, Sarah, one who wrote the song, then he tell the story about that song when he came to Koro.
Who wrote it? Doki Doki?
Like the father of the guys. Like the Doki Doki's uncle.
Oh, their uncle?
He's their dad's brother.
Oh, okay. So
Like
Doki Doki
you-
is a famous band. Is? Why?
Like they came together.
Yeah.
Doki Doki and Michael Rondo at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
So when he came to Koro, he was just telling the story to this guy, like in his house, in Koro, in the south. So Michael was sitting like on his left and he was sitting here. He was telling the story on how when he came to Koro, the sea was rough and he had his vomits in the ship in the boat. So this guy was just sitting here listening to the story. Same time the band decide.
Really?
And when he finished telling the story, and he was about to go to the hall to drink kangwana, then this guy told me, Mata, just wait, listen to something that I've just. Boom.
But it
same
was
time.
already rhyming and everything. Like it was like a
Yeah,
poem,
like the
poem
same
already.
song, sir.
Oh, wow.
Then he just pick up his guitar. Then Michael was, Mata, true. Like,
Whoa.
did that? Mata. Just when you were telling the story, I was writing it down.
Have you met that guy? The
Yeah.
one who's writing the story? He's good and is he smart at?
He's
He must be
not
super
like
smart.
now he's like old. His son
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
one that singing most of this Fijian famous song.
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
this. He was the one that when
No.
the Doki reached volume 8, and the youngest of them went to Australia, then this guy's son took his place. They continued the Doki volume 9, 10.
Yeah, right. Boy.
So he said it just took him that short time to write a song about Michael. And he said yesterday that he's writing another song about him. He said every song that he wrote, it only took him 1 to 2 hours to write. But this one, from Saturday till yesterday, he's just finished the second verse.
Like right now?
Yeah,
So what is his song about now?
like about Michael again, you know, how he passed away.
Like his whole life? Man.
Like, and he was saying like it's very hard for him to continue writing.
He's probably emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Oh,
So
all
where
those,
was he from?
He's from Televu, from Nakelo.
Oh. What's going on? Why? Okay, careful. There's lots of nails in there.
Put it back inside. Put it back inside.
Can we go ask Mama if we can wash it?
No, but it's not safe. Okay. Okay. You guys just rinse off here, please.
The drum.
Okay.
All those British Samis and the Fijian, the Chutawin Goro, like they want to come but they can't.
Yeah.
Like the VTFM guys was saying it this morning. They just send money. And
Wow. You think it'll be a big funeral?
can't do like right now, all the people asking the VTFM guys which road they're gonna take, like from Suva, the back road or the main road. 'Cause they want to be like on the road standing there. And if they want to, they ask if they can follow them to straight to his village.
So they're gonna bury him in the village,
Yeah,
huh?
the village.
Where did he live? In the village?
Kinoa,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Pesi road. Kinoa.
Oh, Vishvesi? Why do I know that road?
Yeah, you went there.
Huh?
So yeah, was
Right. That's right. Yeah. I'm like, hey, that road sounds familiar. Wow,
Sisa,
man.
bola sisa.
Rest in peace.
Almost 30
Rest in
years
peace.
of
Anansi.
Nancy.
Man.
29 years.
Wow.
Bola Julie, bola Tibong,
Well, everybody, thank you for joining.
bola Emily.
He was teaching another guy to like be just a recruit. But when that guy talks, if you just listen to his voice, you tell them Michael.
Eh?
It's Michael.
Oh, wow.
the voice is.
Do you think he's trying to sound like him?
No,
Just sounds like him.
it just sound like
Man.
they from the
So-
same.
For those of you who don't know, yeah, just a very, very famous radio announcer in Fiji. Probably peak of fame or peak of popularity would have been in the mid 2000s, right? Like 2003,
Yeah.
2004, 5, like that. What do you think?
The,
His like when he was the most popular,
yeah.
early 2000s. Yeah, yeah.
Mostly it comes with the Duki. Where the Duki is going to perform.
He'll go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, bola Tale, bola Re, bola Marcus, William, bola everybody.
well, everybody. So-
Sisa's asking,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how was Canada? How was civilization?
Yeah, our civilization. Yeah, it's good. You know, like I enjoy going back there because all of our friends, you know, that we had in Kelowna are still there. But like I don't miss it, to be honest with you. Sounds weird, but I don't miss. It's a rat race over there, man. And there's a lot of people who are doing this, just like the very same thing, year after year, and aren't like satisfied, or like they want more, but like they feel stuck in the system. And it's so funny how we treat Earth like there's not oxygen in other parts of the world, you know, and so lots of people end up doing the same thing forever, or you know just hating what they do or just wanting to progress. And so I don't know, like, yeah, I guess like life is actually mundane most of the time, and life is pretty boring most of the time. Most of the time you have to work hard, but like sometimes things are awesome, and sometimes there's like a silver lining to everything, or you get to do certain things because you are in a situation. But I don't know, like the cost of living in Canada is so high right now, and everything just it costs so much money. Like like even in a small town outside of where we are, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like a 4-bedroom house, rents for like 5,000 a month.
What?
So
5,000 a month. Canadian.
yeah,
How many rooms?
4.
5,000.
So that's like 8 grand Fijian a month for a 4-bedroom house. And
Doesn't.
so like
Yeah.
like most people, like they're like, yeah, like 70-80% of their wage is eaten up just in like their sleeping arrangements, like just going to rent. And so it's like overseas is cool, but it's not like it's not everything it's hopped up to be.
Yeah.
Unless you're a freaking hustler, unless you go and you working hard is not enough in Canada. It's not enough. Too many people work hard. You have to be totally set apart from everybody else. Because everybody shows up to work 20 minutes early. Everybody stays late. Everybody works overtime. Everybody picks up the phone at 9 o'clock at night to answer like their boss's call. It's not enough to work hard. Like you have to be like some sort of special to like
Right.
get out of the system. It's just so, yeah.
Yeah.
Extra hard and extra smart.
Yeah, extra hard and extra smart. Yeah, like it's intense. Intense.
Do it have to be extra?
Extra supermarket. Hey, actually, I don't think the boys have seen what we got from Extra Supermarket still. They still didn't notice it. In the room.
In the room. Yeah, when they
Oh. Yeah. Did you check it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I saw it. I don't think they saw it though, because it's like so
Yeah.
on the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
You have to find something to start off a business so you can like use it.
Like Rob.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Rob,
yeah.
You have to find something that lacks and make it a business and
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like everybody I know who's like super happy is like doing their own thing somehow. Like doing their own kind of business, their own like little side hustle. Because if you don't, you're just stuck in the same thing. Yeah, day after day. But I mean, yeah, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna read something that really rocked my world as I was writing it down. And so I read somebody who wrote this, and so this is just talking about life. Is there a comment there?
it's for Kuri.
Oh,
From Emusin Takuni.
Secret
Maloa
admirer.
Soko Utunialu.
okay. Croy used to work on how do you summarize that boat in like one sentence?
Heart of the spirit.
Huh? Yeah, Croy worked on a Fijian or a vessel, sailing vessel that was kind of was built to commemorate the Fijian culture and the traditional ways of traveling in the South Pacific.
Pacific.
Eh?
It's a Pacific, like the traditional way of
Yeah,
travel from what time.
So Utunialo went overseas, like I think to the West Coast, like U.S. But you were just touring around Fiji, right?
Yeah.
Like all the islands in Fiji. Yeah.
Went under that Golden Bridge.
Golden Gate. Did it? The Golden Gate Bridge.
In Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah.
Went under.
Oh, sick.
7 of them.
Really? So cool.
Sorry, you were saying.
Oh yeah, so I wrote this. It's kind of a remix of what I read the other day, and it was just like I was thinking about what we were talking about just now,
Yeah.
and how like life is usually not awesome and usually mundane, but like sometimes it's great, like sometimes it's really really fun, and so. But the thing is, I think a lot of us, especially me, I'll get to like, I don't know what I'm like. And people ask you like, what are you working for? Like, why? I've had people ask me that because like a lot of people in Canada, they don't understand why we're doing what we do. Why do you want to be like far away from your family? Like, why? When are you gonna come back to Canada? Why are you? And it's like I don't. I sometimes ask myself like, why do I do what I do? Because like it's not comfortable, and it's not necessarily easy. But to me, it's like way better to like strive for something extraordinary than to like just be mundane. Because like what's cool about the Waka brand is like where there was nothing, now there's something, and so that inspires me. But in saying that, yeah, looking forward, I think if I look at like, wherever I'm trying to get to, I think I'll probably look back at like 2025, 2024, 2026, like next year as being like the best years of my life. And not realizing it probably right now that like these were the best years of my life. Not because like there might not be better things ahead, but just because like we're always like thinking about the future, right? And thinking about like where we want to get. So I read somebody who wrote something similar to this, so I wrote it in my own words. Okay. So I'm 90 years old, but I woke up in my 33-year-old body today. Yeah, new laptop. Yeah, my other laptop broke.
Oh,
Yeah. Just great timing, eh?
It's big too, than the last one.
Same. Yeah. Great timing. Okay, so I called it perspective. I'm 90 years old, but I woke up in my 33-year-old body today. I could hardly believe it, so I leapt out of bed and ran outside to feel the warm sun on my face and the soft grass beneath my toes. I made pancakes with my boys because they love to surprise their mom with a pancake breakfast. I played with Harley until he laid down to nap. Oh, how I've missed him all these years. I went for a walk to the farm I used to love so much and wondered why I hadn't done it more often when I could. It was hard, but I felt strong, capable, and free. Then we went for a swim to cool down in the river. And we even twisted Steph's arm into coming down with us. All of a sudden, my phone rang, and it said, "Mom," and I started bawling when I heard her voice. I saw myself in the mirror after spearfishing in the ocean and wondered why I ever wasted time feeling insecure about my flaws when I could be living. Why I thought I wasn't handsome, worthy, and at times wanted to take up less space. I journaled for a couple hours, and my hands didn't shake. How I missed being able to handwrite in my journal. We had friends over for dinner and stayed up late on the veranda because life is a special occasion. As we watched the sun go down, I was overwhelmed with gratitude because at 90, I don't know how many days I have left on this earth. I held on to everyone for as long as possible before drifting off to sleep, knowing this was all a dream, a reality I would do anything to go back to when I woke up in my 90-year-old body again. Because when I was younger, I was so vibrant, and yet I lived distracted, caught up in what to do next, my career, on worrying what other people might think, on scrolling, feeling behind, on not being brave enough to change. I wasted so many precious hours trying to be good enough instead of focusing on the little moments before me. But now at the end, I know the magic of life is being here right now, and that we must waste as little of this as possible, because none of this is guaranteed. And we will lose everyone and everything we love someday. Oh, and most things don't matter, but you'll miss the things that do for the rest of your days. Kind regards, your future self.
nice one.
So I was just like, yeah, just thinking about how, yeah, like, life is good over here, life is good in Canada, and yeah, but like now is actually like awesome, and like you wake up and you can like walk outside and, but like look at like say Pusea down there, right? Like he can hardly walk to his farm now, right? And now we walk to the farm like, oh, it's like, can I take the tractor? Can I take the van? Can I take the motorbike where I want to go? Like me, and I'm like, it's just good. Like you should work efficiently. I'm not saying don't work efficiently, but I'm saying like, I take for granted like all these kind of things.
These times. Yeah.
Or like, that wasn't my line. When all of a sudden my phone rang and it said mom, and I started bawling when I heard her voice. Because like, eventually, my mom won't be around, and so I'm sure I will one day be like, oh, remember when my phone used to ring and it said mom?
Yeah.
Like,
Miss that.
whew, it was like heavy thought, but I don't know. I just spend so much time thinking about and preparing and like what's the future and planning and trying to like be strategic, and then just like not enjoying this, right now. So now we're all depressed.
Perspective. Emily Bulada, Bula. Oh, I think I remember these two couple. They said, my husband and I moved here from the US and went straight to fresh tea and coffee for our first stop in Honolulu.
Oh, I think I remember
You
them.
have a very friendly staff. The barbecue pizza is bomb.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, they came, I think that's like 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for supporting the coffee shop. Like, I've been away for a month. I need to go back there, and we need to do a little bit of renovation. Not renovation, but I gotta paint the freaking countertop. It's been taking me off. So, and replace some light bulbs. And you guys hung the new string lights, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I replace it.
Huh?
I change it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Because this ones were so brown before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks so much better now.
Yeah, this one is brighter.
Yeah, it's brighter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just noticed because it wasn't like, every picture that was in front of the shop, I would just notice those ugly brown lights. So, we never say with Fresh Tea and Coffee that we're trying to be super fancy. Actually, our logo, our tagline is like,
It's not fancy.
it's not fancy, it's fresh. And so, for those of you who have been, you guys see the parking lot, you see the situation. It just like, it doesn't make sense for us to say like, it's in our roots and then not do anything.
Garage there.
Huh?
One garage.
Dude. I'm like, we need to take some timber so they can put the
I saw
rafters.
The garage that day. I was like, man, this garage, the sun comes in, goes the car, rain comes,
hits the car.
Don't know what it is for.
It just makes it look so bad.
Yeah, that's for direct sunlight. Midday.
Yeah, from 11:59 to 12:01.
Like the roof, it's close to the.
Yeah, but I mean that's okay. Like it's just it needs to be a bit wide.
Wait.
Yeah.
Lo tahu menauza, tahu lang ng taka, gilo menasinga, tahu lang ng taka. Kaya nakatengah nak siya ko tuh garage.
Malay mo nung buwas ako, katigi kimdo ko na kay siyang ganga.
The best thing for you to do is just open that shop, the one that Firoz used to
Kimdo
stay.
kay.
Just drive it right in. Yeah, exactly. So there are a lot of much more fancy coffee shops in Fiji, and at times I'll be honest, like even some, like I went in today and I actually didn't like the taste of the iced Americano that I got. And so we'll have some conversations about that. It might be the coffee supplier that we have. It might just be the way that we're brewing it right now. But like, things are not perfect all the time. But we try to have a space where people can come and actually enjoy something that's a little bit nice, like some air conditioning and stuff like that in Senganga, a place where we can employ two awesome women. And yeah, like I don't see us stopping it anytime soon. In fact, I think we're going to be growing as time goes on here. So there's some exciting things that we got in the works.
Yeah, thank you for the support, guys.
yeah,
for
thank you,
coming
guys.
over.
Yeah.
She also says that's insane to your previous comment. Same in the US, rent in Colorado, where we are from, is climbing. It's all work and no life. The
Yeah.
average American has at least 2 jobs to stay afloat in that economy.
Yeah. Yeah, like in Canada for sure. Like husband and wife are both working full time and still living paycheck to paycheck. Most, I'd say like probably 80-90% of families. And so like you will go to work, but you'll probably pay 100 to $150 a day per kid for daycare, childcare. So if you have like 2 kids, you're paying like $200-300 a day just for childcare. And so if you go work, that's why a lot of people don't work, because they'll go, like if the mom goes to work, she'll make like what, $50 in a day or $20, because the rest will go to pay for the kids that you don't get to raise. And so what's the use of like not raising your kids, making an extra $20 a day, and then you don't know your children, right? It's very yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Total 300 plus 5,000 one house for bedroom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's very expensive. So actually, one thing that we wanted, and I'll share this this dream with you guys. Maybe there's somebody out there listening to this that might connect with. But we've got a couple donors already. But one thing that we've wanted to do through the coffee shop for a long time is to start like a free once a month men's and women's breakfast. And so obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but we're Christians, for those of you who don't know. So we exist to reach the lost, and that's like our, Matthew 28:19, right? And so we want to, be a blessing to our community. And so one of the ways in which we want to do that is to offer a once a month breakfast for whoever would come. But it would be like 1 week would be 1 day in a week. So once a month. So 1 week would be men, and then probably 2 weeks later would be women. And so try to just make as much food as you can and see if people would show up. And just a way to like bless people. Probably just say a prayer for before the meal and a quick devotional. Not make it like a really long, preachy kind of, evangelistic crusade of any sort. Just to, love on people. I was recently talking to a Muslim guy who had become a Christian years and years ago. And he said the one thing that changed him, that made him question everything, was like the love that he was shown by some Christians in his life that was like, didn't make sense. Like there was no reason for them to love him. There was no advantage for them to like do the things they were doing for him. It was just kind of like this unexplainable love. And so that's kind of the thing that we want to do for our community, is just to love on them. Why? Well, I don't know, just because we were told to. And so we've got a bit of funding that people have already committed if we can find the rest of the funding. So if you're listening to this and that is something that you'd like to be a part of in any way, this is what we're going to try to do through the coffee shop. Because it's cool to like have coffee and have like pizza and cinnamon buns and that kind of stuff, but everybody does that. And so we want to do something that's a little bit different. And I think like our whole intention is like, one of the things we believe is that honest Christian business people can change the world. And so this could be a way to inspire other Christian business people to do something really cool through their businesses. And so it's not even like, Fresh Day and Coffee is not a profitable business. It does not put any money in our pockets. It just pays for itself. And often we have to pay into it to like keep it going. And so I want it to be like a sign that like you don't need to have a super profitable business to give back to your community. Because lots of people will wait to like pay off debt, or they'll wait until they are making so much profit before they start like being some sort of outreach or some sort of blessing to the community. And you don't have to do that. There are people out there probably listening to this, and the people that I've already talked to, like I said, who have been like, hey, if you do that, like count me in. I want to throw some money at that every month. And so that is something that we'll be doing, and we'll also be documenting to like inspire other people to try to do the same thing. And in other news,
Yeah.
the Nrua. Is there any comments before we move on to sports?
Yeah. No, it's people agreeing to what you're saying.
Mm.
Yeah. That would be a good thing, you know, a good change. This is the breakfast, morning breakfast. that
Yeah,
we talked
yeah.
about.
So I have a tent, and we have a few grand that we can like get another tent with, and probably some like machines so that we can like make. We were thinking like of making like breakfast sandwiches, like eggs and coffee and stuff like that.
Yep.
Just something simple that we can like maybe eggs and hash browns.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like nice though. Like I don't want it to be just like just bread and butter. And like you know a little bit of jam. And you open up those two bread. You know this when people slice the bread
Right.
and they're like stuck together. You just see the butter like hanging off the edge. You're like, Mike.
Like
And you like open it up
Open it.
and you just see. Okay. You know when you brush your teeth and your gums are bleeding, you spit it out,
Yeah.
and there's like a little bit of red
Yeah.
in the.
In
That's what sometimes the bread looks like. It's like, okay. Like it's like it's like you took the knife and you just like stuck it into the thing, like straight up and down,
Yeah.
not even
To the
scooping,
button.
just like
Yeah.
this, like
Yeah.
that, and then like this, and then move on. It's so like, man. So we don't want it to be like that. We want it to actually be something that people are like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why is there such a nice breakfast for free?
English
And
breakfast.
so, yeah. English or well, it won't be a Canadian breakfast, but
Yeah.
Canadian breakfast is toast, egg, and bacon.
Bacon.
Maybe
Still bacon, eh? And beans.
if somebody will donate
Kuroro.
roro for breakfast and fried cassava, boiled, no salt. So yeah, that's what we want to do coming up here. So we'll keep you guys updated as things happen with that. But it'll probably be best to start that in July when we come back from Canada because it's rainy season too right now, and so it'd be nice to like start that in the good weather and have a little bit of runway or lead time before we start that. So that is upcoming.
Okay.
So if you want to be a part of that, then I guess you could DM us. I don't really like. We don't have a not-for-profit. You would just be trusting us to like do what we say with the money. So if that's something that you want to do, it's like I don't want to. I can go and find this money. It's no problem. So if it's something that you want to do, but you want like proof of like how this is all being spent, then don't worry about it. We'll go find the money somewhere. But if it's like something you want to do and you trust us, like if I say something, then we'll do it. And we'll do it in the right way. So you can DM us if there's something you want to be a part of.
Is it cold? I don't know.
Is it cold
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Well, it's not warm right now. It's getting cold.
When's the cold season? Right now?
I think it starts in June. Eh?
June.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
During
Yeah.
the cane cutting season.
Yeah. So, Rua, Fijian Rua. Where are we sitting on the leader table?
Last.
Are we actually last?
Let's check.
Super Rugby. Here. Midnight. Standings. Fijian Rua in last place. Yeah.
Yeah, because they only won one game.
We only won one. Moana won two.
Hmm.
And the Reds are in first place.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I think it's been a tough year. Like, I think we have. I guess you guys may have seen, may have not. I posted the team lineup for Saturday's game, for tomorrow's game, in our story.
Yep.
Yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Because, like, if you look at that line, that is a Flying Fijians international test team all day long, every day. That is such a sick. Like, I'm not gonna lie. What I started to do is I looked at the back line, and I saw like Kruvoli, Rovula, and then Masi and Ravutomanda, and like I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like such a sick back line. And then I was gonna post something about the back line. I was like, I can't just give it all to the back line. Like I was a forward my whole life. Well, most of my life. And so then I looked at the forwards. I'm like, oh, the forwards are pretty sick too. So
For this game?
yeah, but then somebody DM'd me and it's like, well, let's hope they can put it all together. And it's like, yeah, it's true. I mean, it's not for lack of not trying. I think like the team is there. I think maybe it's just the come down to their strategizing and stuff like that. But
what a twist of like the standings.
what's that?
Like Blues is on the 10th and Brua 11. Blues 2 won only one game.
I know.
Yeah, they lost all
One
5.
beat Crusaders last week.
And
Smoked them.
Reds is on the top.
Reds.
Yeah,
From
Reds,
last
yeah.
year, Reds sayang sarga nowhere. And
Yeah.
now they're like on the top. Sana.
And who won last year?
Blues.
That's wild, eh?
Yeah,
It was the Blues.
it was the Blues.
What the
Blues
hell?
against Chiefs.
Chiefs
Yeah, so Chiefs still on the
second.
second, and then Crusaders.
The Reds are just such a. Well, the Reds have some sick players too on there. Yeah, like they have a lot of Aussie reps on their team,
Yeah, young boys.
but very. What do you call it? Like a really good combination. They play really well together. I mean, Dangun is really having a crazy season too.
Boy.
He's like,
It's exchange with Rabai.
yeah,
Dua daw and then
yeah, right? Huh? Yeah,
They shifting Reese to the center.
really?
Save Reese
Oh wow,
against Dundrua.
yeah,
they're gonna try something else out, eh?
yeah,
Well, after they got smoked last week, they probably. You see,
yeah. So they like really determined to win in Fiji. They haven't won a game against
Fiji?
Drua in Fiji.
okay. So.
Yeah.
The really good thing for the Ndrua going into this game with the Crusaders is that we now have like the recipe for how to beat them. So like where we didn't before, but now we see what Moana did to the Crusaders, and so I think we can try to do a bit of that. We're not like starting from nothing, so we can kind of like look at the tape from last week, and then we can apply it to our team this week. So. Yeah, honestly, I haven't been following it closely enough over the last month to give any sort of like in-depth detail about it, but I don't know. I will say I didn't give anything hardly for Moana Pacifica, which is so weird. But the combination of their media team. Actually, no. Like, honestly, okay, RD is kind of becoming like DuPont for me. Like, actually, no, he was. They've really like throttled back on their RD Savea love, and like every post was RD Savea, and it was like, hey guys, like, we get it. Like, Savea is on your team, you know, like give it a break. And it's just as soon as I was starting to feel that, they brought down the temperature a little bit on the Savea-ness of their social media. But like, their media team is so sick.
Boy,
Like,
that's
and they haven't even scratched the surface on what they can do with the Moana Pacifica team. Like, as far as like telling the story of like most of these guys. Like a lot of these guys, we don't know their backstory, and so obviously, that's what we're huge on, is telling the story. And so, yeah, when I flew into Vancouver, I did have a meeting with Jose Kalinisao, and so we're working behind the scenes to do some storytelling,
Oh, okay.
and so we'll also keep you guys updated on that. This might be BTS underground kind of recon sniper version storytelling. I just how do I say this without saying too much? The boys deserve to have their stories told, and they deserve to be making more money than they make right now, and for sponsors to be more involved. And I think that like the sponsors would get more traction out of the boys if people were more connected to the teams. And so like I don't it seems wild to me that like I mean, I don't personally know any of the stories of any of the Ndrua players. Like, how did they get into rugby? Where did they grow up?
It would be a
What-
cool story,
what-
yeah.
Like, you know, what was their journey? Like, what were their struggles? You know, where's their village? You know, like, it just seems wild to me. It seems wild to me. Like, what role did rugby play in their life? Why did they? Anyways, I think that's something that we can do with Waka Media,
Yeah.
is to help these teams and these players to make more. And like, the only way you make more is if you're getting more traction for your sponsors. And so the only way to get more traction for your sponsors is to get more eyeballs. And I feel like one of the best ways to get more eyeballs is to tell the story. So just go, you guys will know what I'm talking about if you go watch a UFC embedded episode. So before every UFC pay-per-view, which is a fight night where, you know, there's like probably a dozen fights. For the main card, which is usually like 6 or 7 fights, UFC embedded, the camera crew will follow around each fighter on that card. And so they spend like maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute of each episode for the 7 days leading up to that card on like what that fighter is up to, their training, their weight cut, what they've been struggling with, their family, how they're away from their kids, how they're